But I would say the best teacher is not a human. But just like Kasparov said, the best teacher is not a computer. The best teacher, the best whatever, is a human using technology to its fullest potential. So I'm very excited about artificial intelligence and the change it is making in education. So to be able to come here today to speak and share what I've discovered over the last few years with AI is really exciting for me, because not only do I get to share my passion and what I've learned about AI, but I'm always learning from the people that I'm presenting to. It's not like I've got all the answers.
One of the biggest trends or technologies that excites me the most is artificial intelligence. The idea of being able to have 100 tutors or 100 teaching assistants or 100 interns in your pocket is really what the power of AI can bring to education and workforce development. So I'm really excited to see how AI can enhance the educational experience for students.
So I'm constantly blown away every week by the new things that come out with AI. Things I shared today in the keynote, I could not have shown 2 weeks ago.
I've really enjoyed hearing about the artificial intelligence, the new technologies that are on the horizon. Right now, it's hard to know what to jump on board with because there are so many different tools out there.
Folks are slow to interact with these new technologies. They should be curious, they should play around with them. They should not shy away from experimenting. All of that is very valuable and can help identify where they need to go.
I think the biggest struggle is that pretty much our entire K-12 education system is designed in the same way that it's been designed for over 100 years. And to really rework the system to be designed for creating pathways for students, it's gonna take a lot of change, and it's gonna take a lot of folks to take the leap.
So having these discussions, having conferences, having staff meetings, having professional development, that is one of the first and most important things that organizations need to be doing.
You've got people from K-12 in the room. You've got people from higher education in the room. You've got people from business and community partners in the room. The more and more that we move into the future, the more and more that we're gonna see those folks working together and viewing less, subdivided systems of, all right, it's my job to get students to the high school diploma. It's my job to get students, whatever their post-secondary degree is. It's my job to get students in a career. And to view the entire system as, functioning toward getting a student a self-sustaining wage and a career that makes sense for them and is gonna allow them to be a contributing and, economically sustainable member of the economy.
And Columbus was one of only 10 US cities that added more than 100,000 people in the last decade. The housing crisis that Central Ohio is now experiencing, where we've been chronically underbuilding housing, and then therefore rents have jumped 56%. In just a 36-month period, home values jumped by 40% in Franklin County, and people are really struggling to afford housing. Out of 550 families, only 79 have found new housing in 5 months. The other 480 have been living in hotel rooms paid for every week, every month by the city of Columbus because there's no housing. The jobs that we have and the jobs that we're adding, they're changing very, very quickly. And so people don't necessarily have the current skills that are needed for those new jobs.
We're preparing our students for what happens next after they graduate. So we need to make sure that we're talking to business and industry all the time to make sure that what we're teaching is preparing our students for what they'll be doing after they leave us.
Specifically when working with students, we've seen a decrease of the amount of young people who are getting jobs while they're still in high school. And so what that creates is an environment when they either enter the workforce after high school or after they've finished college, they don't have that experiential learning to pull from because they weren't employed while they were in high school or in college.
The collaboration between education and industry leaders is essential. There's no way we can prepare students for the future without having impact from the business community, making sure that we are relevant in terms of the skill sets that are needed, making sure that our students have hands-on experiential learning.
The advice I'd give to someone who's looking to make a difference in education and workforce development is to never give up. You're going to encounter barriers around why certain things can't be done certain ways, but the answer to that should always be, well, how can it be done instead of how can't it? So definitely would agree that never giving up is probably the best piece of advice I could give anyone in this space.
This conference is just a springboard to help continue moving forward and developing those partnerships in order to keep Ohio at the top.